Good day, St. Martin. I'm Jaciana Lassero.
And I'm also Lauren.
Good day, St. Martin. I'm Glenda York.
And I'm Tiziana Hart.
And welcome back to another edition of St. Martin News Desk.
Brought to you by TV15.
We bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
Let's dive into our top headlines. Former Pointe Blanche Prison head arrested in an ongoing investigation. National detectives in St. Martin have arrested a former head of the Pointe Blanche Prison in connection with an ongoing criminal investigation involving a sexual offense against a minor. The suspect, identified by the initials AB, was taken into custody on Monday, February 2nd. The arrest was carried out by the national detectives under the direction of the prosecutor's office of St. Martin. Authorities confirmed that the former prison official is currently being held and questioned as part of the investigation. Because of the sensitive nature of the case and out of consideration for the alleged victim, officials say no additional details can be released at this time. Law enforcement continues to stress the importance of protecting victims' rights while ensuring a careful and thorough legal process. Caribbean Coast Guard marks 30 years of service. The Dutch Caribbean Coast Guard has marked its 30th anniversary with simultaneous ceremonies in Aruba, Curacao, and St. Martin, celebrating 3 decades of safeguarding the region's maritime borders. In St. Martin, the commemoration took place at the Coast Guard substation, attended by Minister of Justice the Honorable Natalie Tacklin and Justice Sector partners. The anniversary address was delivered by Subsection Head Captain Randy Pascal. Established on February 1st, 1996, the Coast Guard has grown from a small developing unit into a professional and locally rooted maritime law enforcement organization. Over the years, it has become a key pillar of maritime safety, security, and humanitarian response across the Dutch Caribbean. While the Coast Guard's early development was supported by the Kingdom's Ministry of Defense, today the organization is largely staffed by local personnel, reflecting strong regional ownership and expertise. All cutters and operations are now fully crewed and managed locally. A major strength of the organization is its Maritime Operations Center, which coordinates search and rescue missions and law enforcement efforts in close cooperation with police, customs, immigration, and other partners. 30 years on, the Dutch Caribbean Coast Guard stands future-ready, guided by professionalism, cooperation, and service, continuing its vital mission to protect lives and secure the seas. Tax Administration, SZV, and SBAB launch Joint Business Compliance Campaign. The St. Martin Tax Administration, together with Social and Health Insurances, SZV, and the Stichting Belasting Accountants Bureau, SBAB, has launched a joint compliance verification campaign aimed at strengthening business compliance and improving the accuracy of employer records across the island. Starting in February 2026, the campaign will include on-site visits to registered businesses. During these inspections, SBAB officers will verify whether information registered with SZV and the tax administration accurately reflects each business's current operations. Where discrepancies are found, records will be reviewed and updated in cooperation with business owners, in line with tax and social security laws. Beyond inspections, the initiative also focuses on support and guidance. Businesses facing compliance challenges will receive one-on-one assistance to better understand their obligations, improve administration practices, and make effective use of the SZV employer portal and tax reporting systems. The Tax Administration, SZV, and SBAB stress that proper compliance is essential for fair competition, accurate records, and transparent business environment. Businesses are encouraged to cooperate fully and ensure requested documentation is available during visits. Minister of Finance, the Honorable Marinka J. Gums, has expressed full support for the campaign, emphasizing that fair contribution by all strengthens the country's financial position and supports sustainable development. She's calling on businesses and stakeholders to cooperate, highlighting that shared responsibility is key to St. Martin's progress. For questions or feedback, businesses may contact compliance@stmartingov.org.
Hello, my people. My name is Glenda York of Sit, Sip, and Chat and Moms in Paradise podcast. You can find us on TV15 St. Martin, TVC St. Kitts, and on YouTube. Reporting from Great Bay Media Studios in St. Martin, your news desk feature story is coming up. But first, here is Mizzy with the Sunshine Report.
At Talon, we believe connection goes beyond signals. It's about people. From every call, every laugh,
Hi, Merry Christmas. Thanks for calling.
every moment shared across our island,
Game time.
we're reminded this network was built by St. Martin for St. Martin.
I couldn't. Oh, I got you. Don't worry, man. We're good.
When are you coming to St. Martin?
All right, let's go. Go.
Here's to staying connected to what matters most. Your connection, your Christmas.
Stay connected to the best of local and Caribbean content anywhere, anytime with the TVC Plus app, the official app of TVC Channel 40. With the TVC Plus app, you can watch TVC Channel 40 live, catch every episode of your favorite shows on demand, watch exclusive pay-per-view content, listen to Voice of the Caribbean radio, and watch and read SKN Newsline. The TVC Plus app is available on all your devices. On the Google Play Store, search TVC and the plus sign. In the Apple App Store, type the words TVC Plus. And we're also available on the Amazon App Store for Fire TV and Fire Stick devices. Search the words TVC Plus. Download today and take TVC Channel 40 wherever you go.
All right, don't miss News Desk, weekdays at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. on TVC. St. Kitts to the world, now streaming everywhere. VROMI and Gioia Group partner to rebuild and beautify Simpson Bay Dock. The Ministry of Public Housing, Spatial Planning, Environment and Infrastructure, VROMI, has announced a public-private partnership with the Gioia Group to comprehensively rebuild and beautify the Simpson Bay Dock. The project includes a full reconstruction of the dock to modern maritime standards, upgrades to the parking area, improved waste management facilities, new landscaping, and repairs to the nearby police and immigration station. The initiative is aimed at improving safety, accessibility, and the overall appearance of a key gateway for residents, workers, and visitors. VROMI Minister the Honorable Patrice Gums described the dock as a vital link to St. Martin's maritime and yachting economy, noting that the partnership will ensure both structural integrity and long-term growth. The Gioia Group emphasized that meaningful investment must benefit surrounding communities, adding value beyond individual developments. Minister of Justice Natalie Tacklin welcomed the improvements, highlighting the importance of providing justice workers with a secure and well-maintained environment. Minister of Tayad, the Honorable Grisha Martin, also praised the initiative, noting that the maritime sector plays a major role in the national economy. The project timeline will be announced in the coming weeks. VROMI says it will continue working closely with stakeholders and residents to ensure the development meets community needs, reinforcing public-private partnerships as a key pillar of the 2024-2028 governing program. Former Member of Parliament Franz Richardson, who is already serving a 20-month prison sentence for bribery and abuse of office in the Emerald case, will remain in detention following a final ruling by the Supreme Court of the Netherlands. The Supreme Court has rejected all remaining appeals in the separate aquamarine investigation, making that conviction final and irrevocable. As a result, Franz Richardson will now also serve an additional 19-month prison sentence for accepting bribes and abusing his position as a member of parliament. The Aquamarine case concerns corrupt conduct between 2013 and 2019, during which Richardson accepted payments from private companies in exchange for political influence over government contracts in the telecommunications sector. Richardson has been incarcerated since March 2025 after being convicted in the Emerald case, which involved bribery linked to harbor dredging projects and resulted in a 5-year ban from holding public office. Together, the Emerald and Aquamarine cases form part of a broader set of corruption investigations into the misuse of public office for personal gain. The prosecutor's office emphasized that the enforcement of these sentences reinforces a key principle: those who abuse public trust will be held fully accountable under the law. Employer Council urges inclusive and transparent approach to economic strategy. The Employer Council of St. Martin is voicing support for the development of a strategic economic plan while calling for a more inclusive and transparent process. The council represents the majority of private sector employers through associations such as SHTA, IMA, SMMTA, and SMTA. According to the Employer Council, while St. Martin clearly needs a long-term economic strategy, the way it is developed is just as important as the final plan itself. The council says its member associations were invited in mid-January to participate in a 5-day workshop organized by the Ministry of Tayad, but only after the format, goals, and methodology had already been determined. The council argues that meaningful stakeholder engagement should begin much earlier, at the stage where the process itself is being designed. It also raised concerns about the lack of access to key plans of approach linked to the E6 reform package under the Lands Paquet, which are meant to guide the strategic economic development plan. Despite requests, these documents have not yet been shared. The Employer Council is calling for access to these plans or their summaries, clearer governance and accountability, and a realistic timeline that allows for meaningful participation. While no changes have yet been announced, the Council says it remains committed to contributing constructively, stressing that transparency and good governance are essential for an economic plan that can truly work for St. Martin's future.
When we come back, we go to our in-depth feature of the day, exploring one of the island's most thought-provoking topics. That's just ahead. Stay tuned.
You know, we all talk about having rights. And yeah, we do.
We have the right to be safe.
The right to learn and get an education.
The right to speak up and be heard.
The right to dream big and build our future.
But listen, rights don't stand alone.
We also have responsibilities.
Real talk, if we want respect, we gotta give respect too.
St. Martin is our home.
So let's protect it. Keep our beaches clean, our streets clean, and show love to nature.
Healthy island, healthy future.
Our parents and guardians do a lot for us.
Let's show respect, talk to them, and listen, even when it's hard.
School prepares us for life.
So we show up, we stay focused, and we put in effort.
We want opportunities, so we work for them.
We are part of this community, every village, every culture, every neighborhood.
Let's be kind, positive, and supportive.
A stronger community starts with us.
And most importantly, we are responsible for ourselves.
We make healthy choices for our mind and body.
We believe in our goals and our voice and our future.
Our rights gives us power, our responsibilities makes us leaders. Together we rise.
The Convention of the Rights of the Child isn't just a policy, it's protection and responsibility. When our children learn their rights, they are better prepared to take on their responsibility. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Youth.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion. And you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every laugh, every adventure. #1 provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you are more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to roll. Control my data, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to road.
Is in the air and it's about to spread like wildfire when Freedom Fighters Foundation proudly presents the 27th annual Bob Marley Tribute Concert, Friday, February 6th at the Soggy Dollar Bar in Simpson Bay, featuring live performance by St. Martin's finest artists, featuring Percy Rankin, Essence, Timo, Lady Rubia, Kuje, Zoraida, Sigma, Roxy, Toby Hodge, Chantilia, Michael Madewell, and the music of the Freedom Fighters Band. Showtime is 9 p.m. sharp. Admission is $30 in advance, $40 at the door. Tickets available at the Eitel Shack on the Bush Road and from members of the Freedom Fighters Foundation. Don't miss the 27th anniversary of the Bob Marley Tribute Concert, February 6th at the Soggy Dollar Bar in Simpson Bay at 9 p.m.
Like I never did before.
Welcome back. Each day we take a moment to go beyond the headlines and look deeper into the issues, people, and conversations shaping life here on St. Martin. Welcome to today's News Desk feature.
On January 30th, 2027, the royal couple will mark a major milestone within the Kingdom of the Netherlands, the 25th anniversary of the Oranje Fonds. The celebration will take place at the Gelderdome in Arnhem and will be broadcast across the Caribbean part of the kingdom, allowing residents on the islands to take part in the moment. The anniversary event is intended as a tribute to the thousands of initiators, volunteers, donors, and partners who over the past quarter century have worked to strengthen social connection and community life throughout the kingdom. The announcement was made earlier this week by the royal couple during the 250th Oranje Fonds activity at the Wake Palace in Rotterdam, itself a community meeting place that reflects the mission of the fund. The Oranje Fonds was established on February 1st, 2002, when the Netherlands and the Netherlands Antilles presented the fund to the then Prince and Princess as a wedding gift. From its inception, the ambition of the Oranje Fonds has been to serve the entire kingdom, including the Caribbean territories. Reflecting on the past 25 years, the royal couple emphasized that connection remains the most important lesson learned. They noted that across the kingdom there are countless places where people meet, support one another, and work together to strengthen their neighborhoods and communities. According to the King and the Queen, witnessing people selflessly helping others continues to provide hope and energy, particularly in what they described as a turbulent world. The anniversary celebration at the Gelderdome is expected to be a festive event featuring music and personal stories from initiators whose ideas grew into meaningful projects. The aim is to make the impact of community work visible and tangible, both inside the stadium and for viewers at home. The event will be broadcasted live by NOS with accompanying festive moments planned across the Caribbean islands. Further details on the Caribbean programming are expected to be announced at a later date. Beyond celebration, the anniversary year also marks the launch of a new initiative, the Celebrate Connection Anniversary Fund for meeting places. The fund responds to growing concerns about social isolation, recognizing that opportunities for people to meet are becoming less common. Through this initiative, the Oranje Fonds plans to strengthen 1,000 existing meeting places across the kingdom in 2027 and 2028, places where conversation, connection, and a sense of belonging can grow. The fund is supported by a startup financing from the Postcode Lottery, Rabobank, and VSB Funds, with the Oranje Fonds inviting additional partners and contributors to take part. A special recommendation committee has also been appointed to support the anniversary celebrations. The committee includes Kim Putters, chair of the Social and Economic Council, Etienne Ace, former Prime Minister of the former Netherlands Antilles, and Carola Schouten, mayor of Rotterdam. Over its 25-year history, the Oranje Fonds has invested more than 600 million euros in projects aimed at strengthening society. It has supported over 100,000 Neighbors' Day activities, more than 125,000 NL Doet initiatives, and 7,000 Caribbean Doet activities. Nearly 29,500 projects across the kingdom receive regular support, and 72 organizations have been honored with an Appeltje van Oranje Award, including 10 from the Caribbean. As the Oranje Fonds looks ahead to its anniversary celebration, the focus remains firmly on connection and on the role communities play in ensuring resilience, solidarity, and shared purpose across the kingdom.
Before we wrap up, we take a moment each day to check in with our neighbors across the region. There's always a story worth paying attention to. Here's today's regional headline.
WINAIR launches inaugural route to Trinidad with warm Caribbean welcome. Windward Islands Airways International, WINAIR, celebrated the launch of its inaugural flight to Piarco International Airport in Port of Spain, Trinidad, with a vibrant show of Caribbean culture. Passengers departing from Princess Juliana International Airport, PJIA, and arriving in Trinidad were greeted with water cannon salutes, soca music, cultural dancers, and local delicacies, marking a festive start to the twice-weekly service. The flight connects St. Martin to Trinidad every Wednesday and Sunday, expanding WINAIR's network to 17 Caribbean destinations. At PJIA, Minister of TEAD, the Honorable Grisha Martin, joined PJIA officials, Trinidad's Minister of Transport, Elie Zakour, and WINAIR CEO Hans van der Velde for the departure ceremony. Martin highlighted the route's significance, saying it strengthens both regional connectivity and cultural ties, noting the shared resilience, carnival traditions, and culinary heritage between the islands. In Trinidad, the arrival ceremony featured remarks from Minister Zakour, Minister of Trade Satyakama Maharaj, and airport officials, emphasizing the route as an economic enabler for trade, tourism, and business opportunities. CEO Van der Velde noted WINAIR's growth, including the addition of a 10th aircraft in 2026, and highlighted plans for a partnership with Caribbean Airlines to further increase flights between the two islands. Passengers enjoyed performances by Trinidad's Shiv Shakti dancers and St. Martin's soca artist Sherman de Vries, alongside local doubles street food. The new service marks a milestone again for regional air connectivity, celebrating both cultural connection and economic opportunity across the Caribbean.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Martin News Desk.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday morning at 8 a.m. on TV 15 and then across our social media platforms. I'm Elsa Lawrence.
And I'm Yesenia Lassero. Wish you an amazing evening. See you tomorrow.
Keep them friendly.